So that was our insight. Okay, all graphic designers hate Comic Sans, so let's do something to help them. So we came up with the idea of the Comic Sans Destroyer. What is this? It's an application, Mac only for now, that deletes Comic Sans from your computer. Really, it deletes it for you. And after you deleted Comic Sans, you can apply for a job at our agency. So that's the idea we had. We presented this to our creative director. He liked the idea, also because most of the graphic designers who hate Comic Sans have it on their computer already installed, and they never think about deleting it. So even I want to check all your Macs right now, they probably have Comic Sans on there. So it might be a good idea to use the application. So yeah, we presented this idea to our creative director, he liked it, and in the evening when we presented the idea, we already started searching for, okay, who can we contact to help us develop this? Because we just think of ideas and, okay, we need someone to do the drawing, someone to do the software programming. Okay, the evening we presented the idea, we phoned some friends and their friends phoned some of their friends, and we found a guy in Paris who does this kind of funky illustrations. So we called him and said, okay, we have this project, it's a Comic Sans Destroyer, do you want to do some illustrations for it? Okay, he was up for it. The same evening we went to his place, we worked all night just for these weird drawings, yes, we worked all night for this. And we came up with the name, the drawings, the layout for the website, and after one night we had all this, and we then sent all these designs to a software programmer, and the programmer just made the application. So this whole project was realized in about 72 hours from start to finish, and I'm going to show you how it looks in real life. Come on the website and download the application.
Subject. Target cited. Target destroyed. Mission accomplished.
Then you will be able to send your portfolio or whatever you want to our head of art. You should look at portfolios, and if it was interesting, she would contact you. The idea worked pretty well, actually, in the graphic design community. It was picked up by social media and a couple of graphic design blogs, and especially in the graphic design community, which was our target group, of course, and proves that the Comic Sans Destroyer really is something that strikes a chord with graphic designers. So they all spread it on their Twitter feed, and it became bigger and bigger. And for a small project like this, we had pretty good results. We had 25,000 unique visitors on the Me website in just 1 week. We had 4,000 downloads and 130 real applications from graphic designers all over the world. But on top of that, we also got, like, even sometimes now we even get an email from, yeah, I used the application, thanks a lot. So it's really something that really works in that community. What's really great about this project is that it happened in such a short time. We had this idea during the day, we presented it in the evening, and we already started developing it. We searched some motivated people, and these people also had their input in the project. Like we had the idea of the Comic Sans Destroyer, but the illustrator came up with the designs. He gave an added value to the project and made it even better. The software programmer added little sounds to his own voice and thought it was funny. We as well. So all these little inputs really made the project bigger and better. And it's really working with the right people that really elevates what seems a small idea at first, but it can become bigger because other people collaborate and give input and make it bigger and better. This is the second idea I want to talk about. We did this during Christmas this year. What happens every year during Christmas, all companies, also advertising agencies, but even like your telephone company sends out cards, greeting cards, gifts, you send them, you receive them. Everyone sends and gets cards. Naturally, at Happiness, we also do this, and every year we know the briefing is coming. Okay, find us an idea for the Happiness Christmas card. We know this every year is coming. But this year we thought, okay, maybe we can do this a bit differently than normally. So we were thinking about the insight that it's fun to receive a gift, especially when you didn't expect it. Like, for example, if you order something online and after a while you forget about it, but it then suddenly arrives at your doorstep, you're like, all right, fun. So it's that feeling of surprise and we want to incorporate in the idea. So around that insight, we brainstormed a bit and came up with an idea where you'd be able to send a gift to someone somewhere in the world you didn't even know. So that was the idea we had. And we kind of liked the idea. We were like, yeah, it's pretty interesting, but we weren't too sure about it. We don't know why, but we started thinking further in the following days, but we didn't really find anything we liked. So we thought, okay, let's go back to the idea we thought was okay, and let's develop this. And when we developed this, we saw it working online and being shared by people, and even big blogs like Gizmodo and big tech blogs started to talk about this. We thought, why did we doubt this at first? So it's something like when you have an idea, it's very easy to think too much about the idea and overly rationalize it, so it kills the magic of the idea. I'm going to show you a little clip of how
Christmas, a time of gifts and greeting cards. Like every year, people send cards and presents to their beloved. This year, at Happiness Brussels, we wanted to push the giving spirit of Christmas just a little further. We created Gift a Stranger, a website that allows people to send a gift to a random person somewhere in the world. This is how it works. Give in your name, location, and the gift you're going to send. The website uses Google's reverse geolocation to locate a random address somewhere in the world on Google Maps. You can then print out the address and send your gift. Your gift will appear on the map with other gifts from all over the world. More than 700 gifts were sent around the world. Gift a Stranger reached over 75,000 unique clicks, and people sent the coolest stuff, like sunglasses, socks made by grandma, a scarf, a dollar bill, Xbox games, and many, many more. Gift a Stranger featured on hundreds of leading blogs like Mashable, Gizmodo, Notcod, and Swissness, and generated more than 6,000 tweets, Facebook, and Tumblr posts all over the world, while the clicks on our own website went up by 200%. And it's been a particularly long Christmas this year, because gifts are still being sent around the world.
So yeah, this was an idea that was also realized in a pretty short time. We did this idea in about a week or so, and the thing we learned from this was definitely that when you have like an idea, it's a good idea. Sometimes it's best not to think too much about it because it can potentially kill it. Next project is something we did for Toyota. Toyota launched at that time a new car, the IQ. The IQ was a new city car. It was specially built for young people and driving around in the city. The briefing from the client was, okay, we have to communicate this car. It's a very good car for driving in the city. It's very agile. It has, you have no problem parking in the city, and it has a short turning radius. So do a lot of things. And what we came up with was, okay, the car is so agile, you can drive, let it on the alphabet route. And I'll show you a movie of how this works.
Toyota launches the new IQ, a compact car that combines sleek design and cutting-edge technology. Communicate the unique agility and perfect control of the IQ in a relevant way to a target group of 18 to 35-year-old urban people. To demonstrate its incredible agility, the new Toyota IQ is the first car in the world ever to create an entire font from A to Z. To make this project happen, a slightly unlikely collection of personnel was needed. Zach Lieberman, software developer and pioneer in interactive art. Pierre and Damien from Please Let Me Design, a type and graphic design studio. And professional driver Stef van Kampenhout, European champion of GT3 racing. Altogether, they created the IQ font.
Hey, so my name is Zach Lieberman, and I am the software developer for this project. We would set up in the space. We have an overhead camera in the hangar, and the car would be driving around below the camera. That information would be then sent to software, and the software would really figure out where the colored dots are, track those colored dots in real time, and then output the result of the tracking.
The making of video was posted on Vimeo with a direct link to download the IQ font for free on the Toyota website, where people were also invited to book a test drive. We spread the making of in 3 phases. At first, in an online PR strategy, we targeted highly influential and contextual environments in automotive, design and technology. Then we activated a broader environment. And finally, the viral spread took place. After a couple of hours, leading design, automotive and technology blogs picked up the stunt, and social media did the rest. Over 15,000 tweets in the first 2 weeks, with some of the most influential Twitter users spreading the word. Dig, Facebook, Tumblr, Delicious continued the spreading. Free media coverage in offline magazines and newspapers. The IQ font making of video got more than 600,000 unique clicks and reached over 2 million page views on blogs and online magazines. More than 24,000 font downloads and over 2,345 test drive requests. All this with €0 media investment.
So, as you saw in the case movie, we worked with a lot of people to realize this project. We worked with graphic design, with typographers. We worked with a rally driver, and we worked with an interactive artist. Because we did this, we also have a lot of a broader communication strategy. Because we used, for example, typographers, design blogs, and we would appeal to a more graphic design or young and hip kind of crowd. Because we used Zach Lieberman, who is a famous interactive artist, we would come on the technology blogs and we would appeal to a more geek type of crowd. And because we used Rent Driver, who did like really crazy stuff with such a small car, we would this project would appeal to just car enthusiasts. So because we worked with three different people, these three different groups of people gave some kind of DNA to the project, and it really helped to really bring the project to a broad target group. So you will see, like here, he drove the letter G backwards and stuff like that. It was really fun, and I tried it myself, but it didn't look so nice. This is the final project I want to talk about. It's something we did for the Coalition to Restore Coastal Louisiana, or CRCL. CRCL is an organization that helps restore and maintain the environment in Louisiana and the Gulf of Mexico in general. But what happened? The BP oil spill, which had big consequences for the environment, and CRCL had a lot of work to do, and they also needed funding. But in the beginning there was a lot of media attention for the BP oil spill, the first weeks, the first months, but afterwards media attention decreased, and even the media said that the oil disappeared, there was no more oil, the problem had been solved. So the outside world had a false perception that there was no problem anymore and that everything has been solved, but that wasn't the case at all. Because if you would see the environment, you see all the oil here on the beaches. Like outside there are more remote beaches where there was still oil washing ashore, but the camera crews didn't go there. So they thought, okay, everything is okay. The birds also had a lot of trouble with the oil spill. So the main insight was, okay, the outside world is thinking all the oil is gone, but it's still there. So how can we do something that would prove this? So we thought of the idea to screen print posters with the oil we collected at the beaches of Louisiana. So okay, we had this idea, but we thought, okay, how could we do this? Is this even possible to do? So at home, we did some little tests with motor oil we had lying around. We tried, okay, would this work even? And some results were good, some results were less good. We tried mixing it with paint, we tried all kinds of stuff. But, okay, this one looked pretty good, we were pretty happy with it, but the day after, the oil was already here. So it didn't dry in the paper at all. So we were kind of scared. We didn't know if this would even work or not. But we thought, okay, we'll try it anyway. Maybe it'll work, maybe not. But the next problem, or the next challenge we had was, okay, so what's going to be the message on the poster? This was pretty difficult at first. We tried working with several graphic designers. We contacted one group of graphic designers first, and we had a first version of the poster, which was pretty good. We liked it in the beginning, but after a while, we didn't like it that much anymore, and we tried working further on it, trying different messages, trying different ways, but we didn't find a solution. And the thing was, we already booked the tickets, the hotels, and all the stuff, and we 3 or 4 days before we would leave, we kind of thought, okay, we still don't have a message on our poster. What are we going to do? So what we did was, there's a famous graphic designer, Anthony Burrell, who does these kinds of typographic posters with short phrases and really great work. And we thought, okay, maybe we'll have to contact him. We sent him an email with the project 3 days before we were going to leave. We sent him an email with the project and well, asked, are you interested in it? Surprisingly, he mailed back. He said he liked the project, he would definitely want to cooperate with it. We met him, and when on the meeting, when we explained the project in detail, he said, oh, I already have an idea. And he kind of came up with this on the spot, oil and water do not mix, which is a very simple phrase, very straightforward, but we didn't think of it. And he kind of made like a design of a little draft sketch of the poster on how it would look. And when we saw this, we were like, okay, this is good. We can go ahead and do the project. And I'll show you a little movie of how it came to life.
My name is Anthony Burrell. I'm a graphic designer based in London. I work a lot with time and short messages in my work. I thought of the phrase, oil and water do not mix. It's quite almost quite a stupid phrase. It's so basic and straightforward. But I think because of the fact that the poster is printed using oil from the Gulf spill, it kind of gives it a resonance and a kind of importance, really.
After 48 hours, we screen printed 200 posters, and after 48 hours, everything was sold, and we collected about $40,000 for the organization. We even made the Today show on NBC, so that was the first as well. So it really had a big impact on the internet, but what was great also for the local people, when we went there and we explained the project, they were all like, wow, it's amazing what you guys are doing, and they wanted to help. They were very positive about the project. Even the people we contacted to collaborate, like for example for the screen printing, we did it on location. So we contacted a small screen printing shop where they lent us the equipment, and we could do screen printing for 48 hours. And there were also a guide we had on the beach, some activists, you would say, that helped us find the oil, because a lot of all the beaches that were contaminated were closed down by BP, and it was very hard to find the oil, because if there was oil, BP was already there and they closed off the perimeter. You couldn't enter, you couldn't film. They had even people who are walking on the beaches were even followed to see what they were doing. There were no cameras allowed on the beaches. That's why all the footage is very shaky, because we had to hide the camera, otherwise they would see us. But yeah, this is also a great example of finding the right people for realizing a project. Because, like I said before, we did it with other graphic designers, and they weren't really suited for the job. And when you find the right people, if it is a graphic designer, is it a programmer or a web designer, it doesn't matter. If you have the right people for the right job, it comes naturally. There are still a couple of posters left, so maybe if someone wants to buy a poster, you can just send me an email or contact me afterwards. I think we have maybe 4 left or so. If anyone's interested, you can contact me. Yeah, that was what I had to say. If there are any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. If not, thank you for your attention.